Hey guys, welcome back. Today is day 6 for this 30 days lead code challenge. So for those of you who don't know, our lead code has introduced this 1 month long challenge, and every day they upload a new set of questions. So today's question is group anagrams. So let's get started. Uh, the problem statement says that given an array of strings, we have what we have to do is group anagrams together. So we are given an array of strings and we have to create groupings. And the criteria for grouping is all the anagrams should be together. So if you look at the example, you'll see that we are given an array of string and we are expected to return a list containing and the list of strings. So if you look at the method signatures, you can see that our parameter contains a list of strings, an array of strings, and we are expected to return a list of string. So uh, and let's see, let's check how the output is getting created from input. So we are given different kinds of strings, and the output has been grouped by similar characters together. So for those of you who don't know what anagram is, um, it's just the same set of characters, but the ordering of the characters can be different. So like you can think like ABC and ACB. Both the strings have same set of characters, but the order is different. So those two are anagrams of each other. So if you look at EAT, TEA, and ATE, this can be grouped together because they have the same set of characters, which is 1E, 1A, and 1T. Whereas TAN is will not be grouped with ATE. So that is what we observe in the result. These three have been grouped together, and all of them have the same set of characters. The ordering is different. So yeah. So what ideally we should be doing is we should be for comparing different strings, we should ideally get them to a same form. So one form that I can think about is if the sorted version of each of this string will be same. So what we can do is if we sort the string and if we find the, for the same sorted string, uh, if whichever string have the same sorted string, they can be grouped together and they'll be anagrams of each other. So that is what we will be using. So my first hunch when I saw this problem was to use a try. So for those of you who don't know what try is, try uses an array of 26 characters in this case. So uh, every string will be storing it, will first sort out all the characters in the string, and uh, will traverse the try, and at the end of the try will store the actual result of the string. So I tried out this code, but it turns out that even though they have said all inputs will be in lowercase, however, my code was failing for one of the test case, which had empty strings. So if the input contains let's say two empty string, you would the answer that was expected was that the answer should contain two empty strings in one group. So you cannot do that with try because try expects you to provide expects a character to be present, and it would not work for empty strings. So I had to find a different solution, or I could have hacked my code for try to include empty strings as well. So I tried to find a different solution, which turned out to be easier and a lot simpler than using a try. So that is what I'm going to discuss. So what we'll do is we'll use a hash map and use the sorted string as the key and list of strings, uh, using which we'll get the sorted string. We'll be storing them as the values. So that is what I'm going to do. So let's get started by writing code. So I'll create a list of strings, and this will be storing my results, and this will be a list, and that is what I'm going to return my method. So now what we'll be doing is I'll be creating a hash map uh, which will contain the sorted string as a key and a list of strings as the result. So every string that is present for this particular key, uh, the result, all the strings in the result will form the same sorted string. So I'll call this as a sorted string to strings map, and then initialize this. Now I have to populate this hash map, so I'll iterate through each of the string from the given input, and what I'll do is I'll have to first sort this string that I have obtained. So let's say I have this is a sorted string, and let's say I have a method which will return me the sorted string. Now the reason we have to use a separate method for finding the sorted string for str is because we do not have any method that will directly do the sorting part, and also strings are immutable in Java. So uh, we will need a different string to be created that will end up being a requirement. So that's what I'm expecting my this get sorted string method to return, and then what I'm going to do is I'll this is my sorted string, and I'll check if my sorted string to strings map, if it contains the sorted string already, then I would expect the result to be list of strings, or I'll expect empty list of strings. So let's say get default is what I'll be using in this case, and for my sorted string as the key, if I can get a list of let's say result, or by default the default result will be an empty list. So and what I'll do is I'll add the string on which I'm iterating to my result, and put it back into the sorted string to strings map. So for the same sorted string, the updated value is the result. So now that we have the grouping, what we need is to convert it into a flat list of strings. So what I'll do is instead of using a Java, I could use a flat map or something. But let's for the time being, let's just use the normal iteration uh, for convenience. It does not matter either ways. So this is the entry that I'm going to get from the hash map using the entry set method, and for each entry my result contains a list of string, so I can directly add my list of string to the result which contains list of strings. So what will be the whatever is the value that is present will be will contain the list of string, and this should be the answer. So let's run it and check if this works. So okay, and judging. Oh, we forgot to implement our get sorted string method. So let's implement this. You would expect a sorted string to be returned from get sorted string method, which will take a string as the input, and what I'm going to do is convert it to a char array, and there's a convenience method what char array, and what I'll do is sort this array. So this is easier with all the static methods that are present in array, and I can just return this sorted character array as a new string, and this will be the sorted array. So let's run it. Hopefully this time it works. Yeah, so if you look at the expected answer and the answer, we have the same answers, but same set of list, but they are in different orders. So uh, this is present here, bat, or that is our second result is present at the first index, and the last one is present here. So the input for which my try was failing was for this, just for your reference. So it was failing for this input. Now this kind of input will not work with try because it relies on the presence of characters, and yeah, that's what I assumed from when they said all inputs will be in lowercase. So it turns out that assumption is not correct, and yeah, so in this case, what you would expect is something like a single array containing both the strings. So yeah, this is what would be expected. You cannot obtain this if your solution is using a try. So yeah, let's submit it and see how good our solution works. So yeah, it has been accepted. So we passed all the test cases. Yeah, our solution is good enough for 51.81%. So earlier when I submitted, it was in the highest bar. I don't know how the grading system works, but yeah, the solution seems good enough for now. So yeah, if you want to be notified, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to be notified about further problems, to subscribe and click on that bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever I upload the solution for the next problem tomorrow. Thank you.